Hi guys, welcome back to last week's devlog. Last week, it was time for me to integrate my time travel system to the enemies. Since it has been over 2 months since I've last worked on time travel, it took all week and even more time than I would have liked it to. I first started by revisiting my old code to remember how it worked and realized I had to modify the way it worked. And when I say modify, I mean tear the whole shit down and restart. Now, with the enemies and players in mind, I started working on an expandable time travel system that could house multiple different game object trajectories and recreate them without using the precious CPU power. So I did the next logical step and just made something completely autistic to see how much power it would use. And as it turns out, it's actually not as bad as I thought. So for simplicity's sake, that's what I'm going to be using. Before I go into how I created my new time travel system, we first have to look at my old one and why it wouldn't work for my enemies. In the past, I would try and replicate the action based on the player input. I was doing this to try and save power, but apparently power isn't as rare as I thought, so it's completely useless. Each time I would press a key, I would create a new table with the input name, the key state, so key down or key up, and the time since the last input. Then, when it was time to play the actions, I would start a timer for the first action, and once the first action was done, I would start another for the second, and so on and so forth. It was super scuffed, and it had a ton of variables. Knowing I would have to modify most of the code and rethink the way it worked, I decided to start on a brand new mindset. When I was just about to start tearing down my code, I got invited to play a game about chimpanzees. So naturally, I got distracted. I got full on baboon mode, gathering stuff for 3 hours, and then I got zerged by 20 cavemen and rage quit. The redesigning process was pretty flawless compared to Rust. I decided I would capture every frame's information. This way I could say play the frame 360 or play frames backward or cut the frame 1. Basically, I can make anything. And since the information that I'm getting aren't inputs and just information, I can track any entity's movement behavior without modifying my code. This was pretty good, and I almost managed to code this in 1 week. But suddenly, the day before I post my video, a bug came out of nowhere and it took literally 6 hours of non-stop turbo tryhard mode working to find what was the bug. It was basically like rewriting my whole time travel system for the 3rd time, except this time in 6 hours. 6 hours that I would have usually used to edit my video. But this little bug got me going crazy. I was so desperate that I was about to send a message in the Discord server telling everyone that I wouldn't be able to make it, when suddenly I looked up my code and everything was clear. Basically, for every frame, I would check to see if my entity had experienced this frame before, and if not, I would then assign its values to a table called info. Then group every entity's info table into another table called info bundle, which I would then assign to another table called frames, containing every frame information captured to this point. This was all working fine and I could even replay the events. But when I wanted to get the information from a previously played frame, I would get a nil value. Me being the monkey I was, I didn't realize it was because I was setting its value to a nil. Basically, what happened is that even when I was replaying the frame, I would still assign them the value of info bundle at the end. But since I wasn't capturing any information, info bundle was an empty table, resulting in me basically erasing every frame once they were played once. To fix this, all I had to do was write a simple condition. If info bundle doesn't equal nil, then set the value of the frame to info bundle. Anyways, I managed to fix this bug, but the time was running out. I had less than a day to write the script, record, edit, and make some art, and voice over my video. So I got back to work again in Super Turbo Mega Gamer Moment Epic Victory Royal Juicer 360 No Scope Poggers in the chat and Doritos Mountain Dew. By the way, this week's color was pizza sauce, voted by Loudray Bordelot once again. You can learn how to vote for the color of the week down in the description. I have a Trello page where you can follow the progress I'm making on my game. And if you want to talk, I have a Discord server. All links will be down in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like so the YouTube algorithm notices me. And subscribe if you'd like to get notified when I post a new video. And I will see you guys next week.